Shout out to everybody. I do want to say this. So I ended up on my Kaleidoscape. The movie called Weapons was available on Kaleidoscape in the new releases, right? So I ended up, I keep hearing about the movie Weapons. Some people said the movie was good. Some people said it's all right, like it's not really that big of a deal. You can kind of miss it or whatever. But then there's a guy, I can't remember his name, right? He's got a YouTube channel and he talks about home theater. It's him and a guy from like overseas. They talk about things, and I can't remember what the name of the channel is, but they one of the guys on there was just raving about the movie Weapons. He's like, yo, I got it on the Kaleidoscape. It sounds amazing. Like, I can't believe it. I'm only running a 5.1 now until my system is like set up and everything in my new house, but in the 5.1 it sounds amazing. I can even hear like things going on overhead. He's just like, talking about this movie like it's the best thing since sliced bread, right? So I'm like, let me get this movie, right? I got a YouTube channel, and a YouTube channel makes enough revenue for me to just buy movies and review them, right? So let me get this movie. So I ended up downloading on a Kaleidoscape, downloaded like that 4K Atmos, and like Kaleidoscape, you get the movie 2 or 3 months before like it's available on disc, so it's probably going to be, if not the same quality, a little bit better quality. Normally it's a little bit better quality than disc in terms of visuals. Sound quality is about the same. Very rare occasions is the sound actually better on the Kaleidoscape. It uses I think True HD, depending on which a player is, it's going to sound way better than like if you stream this on Apple TV, right? If you buy it on Apple or rent it on Apple, it's going to sound way better than that. It's going to sound disc quality, right? Disc quality or better. I will say, when a movie first started, because normally like when you watch the movie, I don't know about y'all, but my attention span is not what it used to be, right? Like, if you're not capturing my attention, I'm on to something else. I'm picking up my phone. I'm looking at TikToks while the movie is playing. I'm checking my emails. I'm checking my text. I'm doing everything, right? Now, when the movie first started off, it had my attention. For one, I thought this movie looked really clean, very good looking in the beginning, right? So I'm like, yo, like this kind of gives you like a creepy little vibe, like almost like a horror movie type-esque look to it, but super clean looking. HDR looks good. I'm like, okay, all right. And then another thing catches me off guard, the sound. It sounded like, to me, with this movie, the people who engineered the sound or the sound mixers or whatever, they took their time not rushing this movie, right? A lot of movies, and I'm going to get to some of them a little bit later. And one of them, Superman, is one of them, not that great of audio, right? But I felt like this was not rushed. They tried to use the audio to accentuate what's happening on screen. And they utilize, which I feel like is a rare occasion, especially in 2025. I feel like a lot of mixes that are coming out are soundbar mixes of movies, right? A movie might sound good in Adobe Theater, but then like you get it home and you try to crank it up. Next thing you know, you got to turn it up 5 to 10 dB louder than normal just to get like real good dynamics out of it. Just insanity with some of these movies, right? This one, I felt like I didn't see this in the theater, but I feel like it would have sounded amazing in theater. Right? Because it can, now listen to this on two different systems. I got an Anthem MRX 1140 in the house, right? That's a receiver. It's a pretty good receiver, but it's a receiver. Sounded good there, right? So then I took it to my dedicated, personal space, right? Not like the big theater with like the big PB4000s and, all of that. I brought it in my personal space, right? Which I got the AVM 90. I've got a 724 4 Atmos speakers, 2 heights. I've got like the 7 bed layer, like all of that, the rear speakers behind me, all of that. And it's all like tailored towards me, right? And I listened to this and you can hear so many different subtleties, like in the movie, like in the track, right? And I'm just like, oh man, like this is a really good watch, and the movie is not what you would say a quintessential horror movie or quintessential thriller. It's the movie's all over the place in storyline. It's like you'll see one thing happening and then they'll try to, kind of tell you the story behind what's happening, and it's like real creepy or whatever. And not to ruin anything, because I don't like when people spoil movies, but I think the way they did it was interesting. To say the least, it was interesting. It's a movie that it's kind of horror thriller, whatever. So you're gonna have people being unalived in the movie, right? And I do feel like the music accentuated a lot of that. I feel like the sound design, like accentuated a lot of that. This jump scares, and I'm not gonna tell you the type of jump scares. I'm not gonna ruin it. When they do it right. You know what I mean? I felt like they did it right. Right? Everything, the look of it, how the camera pans, or how the camera it's supposed to, you know what I mean? Like how it's clipped and how it's edited. I think they did the best that they could with what they had. And that's not saying anything bad at all. It was actually pretty decent. So I ended up spending 30. I didn't rent it. I think to rent it was like $29. To buy it, it was like $39. So I ended up buying it. I'm like, I might end up watching it again, because sometimes on the Kaleidoscape, because I think you can only watch it for like 48 hours on the Kaleidoscape. They give you like 30 days to watch it, but then once you play it, you only have like 2 days with it, I think, and then it just erases. So it's like, I'm probably gonna want to watch it, with the family or whatever, like after I watch it and assess whether or not it's good or not. And I don't feel like I wasted my money. I mean, even though it was $40 is a lot of money for a movie. And I got a YouTube channel that pretty much I started this to make money to buy the movies or whatever, to facilitate the career. And if I had to spend my own, I mean, technically it's my money. Like I don't think this was a bad buy. I don't think it was a bad buy. I thought I enjoyed it. The girl that was the star of the movie, she played in Ozark. I can't remember her name. She's got the curly hair. She's like the really like outlandish, person. She did a really good job in this movie. She did a really good job. Her acting, I think a lot of times with her acting is a lot better than the movies that she's in, and I don't think a lot of times she's in good movies. Like the movie Wolfman, I didn't think that was a good movie that she was in. But she did a good job, but just the movie wasn't good. I feel like finally she picked a decent movie, right? Besides Ozark was a TV show, really good. But I feel like now she picked like a pretty good movie. And I think the end was good. I thought the movie like picked up towards the end. Well, the middle to the end is where it really like picks up. I mean, they got their points like towards like the window between the beginning and the middle. Like they've got their windows and some good things going on. But I think overall, I think the movie was all right. I would recommend it. I definitely would recommend it. $40 is a lot of money, I understand, for a lot of people. But I mean, if you got a home theater and you just want like a good creepy movie, I think it did. It did its job. In terms of bass response, the bass wasn't overbearing, right? So one of the movies that I like Dune 2. I love the bass that's in there. I love Gravity. I love the bass that's in there. A lot of movies, right? It's got a lot of bass. I love bass. You know what I mean? I know what it is. I just love bass. It had bass, but it wasn't overbearing, right? And some of the frequencies that it hit, you can tell they weren't trying to go really low with the bass. They just wanted to, kind of jab you with it a little bit, and I think it served its point. You know what I mean? I think it was good. I think they utilized the other speakers to the bass because they understand like somebody that's watching this, they might have like a home theater system or maybe aspiring to have a home theater system. But most people are going to have like Sonos sound bars or, you might have a Bose or something like that. Or maybe, just an extension of your TV. Most people Samsung sound bars, LG sound bars. You might have a little subwoofer or whatever. They're not trying to blow your subwoofer with this one. You know what I mean? They're just trying to give you like a good sound. And I think it's probably going to be a good mix between sound, somebody can enjoy it on a sound bar. And then if you have a dedicated, separate, system like how I have, it sounds really good. You know what I mean? And I think they did a good job by reaching that medium, because I think a lot of times these studios, especially Disney, they don't really care about the home theater people because we're such a small percentage, so they kind of just like neuter the sound quality, and I don't feel like they did it with this one, which was good. You know, I don't know how it's gonna come out on disc, but on the Kaleidoscape, it sounds really good. You know, so shout out to them. Kudos to the engineers that ended up doing the soundtrack. And you know, I do want to say this too, because a lot of us are really hard on the people that create the content, the movies and stuff like that because of the sound quality. We love sound, it's just what it is. But I will say I understand, you know, we are a niche group that have home theater systems, you know, but I would like more companies to do what they did with Weapons. You know what I mean? Like, give us something that sounds good. You know what I mean? Don't neuter it. You know, let us want to like watch it again. You know, make it all encompassing. You know, I feel like they did a really good job with that. In terms of Max CLL or whatever you're gonna, you know, I know a lot of people want to know, like, is it gonna be super bright in nits? Is it gonna, you know, is it an eye scorcher? If you have an OLED, is it gonna be having deep darks? And I've got two LG G4s, and the blacks are pretty inky. They look really good. The HDR looks good. Well, I think it's Dolby Vision, if I'm not mistaken. It looks good. And the audio sounds good. It's a pretty good watch. It's a pretty good watch. And if you got time, you know, to dedicate maybe a couple hours or whatever watching a movie, just watch it, and you won't be disappointed. You can watch, you know, and see if maybe the price will come down in a couple months or something like that. You know, I mean, $40 is pretty steep for a movie. It is, but you know, it's early access. It's Kaleidoscape, whatever. You know, so I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. It's a couple other movies I want to review, and then I'm out. I'm out, y'all. Peace.